Now let's get into the attractive traits. What makes a man attractive? Trait number one is self-confidence. Self-confidence can come in many ways, but it's basically your confidence in your ability to do something. And one subset of self-confidence would be self-assertiveness. If you are very decisive, if you're able to decide on what to do, if you're decisive in your life, if you're not flimsy about your decisions, that's very, very attractive, because this shows that you know what you want as a man, you know who you are, and you know where the fuck you want to go. And in a strange way, when you're very bold and when you're confident, you telegraph, you show to the girl that when you've acted this way in the past, you were successful, which is why you act with so much confidence. And this subconsciously communicates to the girl that you've been validated in the world when you've acted this way. Now, if you act in a way that's very insecure, if you act in a way that you're very shy, you're not sure about what you want, you're not really sure about, making a move, going for the kiss and all that, this is unattractive. And when you do something like that, when you act unsure, then this communicates to the girl that when you've tried to be with a girl before, it didn't work. And this will unconsciously, she'll know that, you're not very attractive. Another way to see it would be self-assertiveness. Self-assertiveness, basically the ability to assert yourself when needed. For example, if a girl does something you don't like, you're able to tell her, or you're able to stand up for yourself. Let's say what a girl, she does the shit test, or she teases you, for example, she does something you don't like. Often, women will test your buttons, not consciously, but unconsciously, just to see where they can, what they can get away with. And they just kind of want to see how you're going to react, right? So, for example, I remember my girlfriend, she asked me, hey, would you still love me if I were fat? Okay, it's really funny. And I said, no. I said, if you're fat, no, I would no longer love you. And at the beginning, she was like, no, why are you saying that? And then she told me, like, why would you say something like that? It's so mean. And I told her the truth, like, no, if you were fat, if you were obese, then that would be disgusting. That would mean that you're unhealthy. And my parents had diabetes and all that. And my grandmother, she died of diabetes because she was overweight. I don't want you to be overweight. It's not a matter of just looks. It's also a matter of health. And it's in my values. I want someone who's healthy around me. And she was like, and then she was totally fine with it. I asserted myself and I set a boundary. And I'm sure, let's say if a conversation like that happened, it doesn't have to be with your girlfriend. It could be with any girl. You sort of have this conversation, you assert yourself. This is a proof that you believe in your beliefs, you believe in your capabilities, you believe in your sense of values. And this is very attractive because it shows that you are not shaken by the external world. And a woman wants a man she can rely on. If you are sure in yourself, she can be sure of you. The second thing that women find incredibly attractive is depth of character. Have you ever heard this phrase? Oh, he's so deep. He's so deep. This is one of the compliments I've had once in a while, and it's something that they don't really teach you in, let's say, the seduction community and all that. They all teach you all those tricks on how to get the girl, how to pull and all that. But the depth of character thing is something you cultivate on a sort of long-term basis, and that makes you much more attractive as a person. Now, why is depth of character attractive? Now, what do I mean by depth of character? I mean someone who has a life, has a variety of opinions on certain things, and has depth of emotions. Yes, emotions. Why emotions? Because women are emotional creatures, and if you can convey those emotions to her, then that will make her so much more attractive. In a strange way, you can almost sum it up in vulnerability in a sense. Now be careful, because vulnerability is often misunderstood. It doesn't mean that you cry when the girl rejects you. That's not being vulnerable, that's just being someone who's weak in a sense. But let's say if you cry about something that matters to you, or if you are vulnerable about something that matters to you to the girl, that's not actually unattractive at all. That's actually attractive. I have a story that I'd be with a girl, we were starting to get intimate, and I sense that she's somewhat like showing some resistance, the girl, or she's sort of like, she's not, she's maybe has her doubts, and I'm guessing it's because that maybe I acted too cool or acted too aloof, and she doesn't know if she can trust me. So then I started sort of opening up to her, and I told her the story of how I'm this guy who I don't want to break her heart because I've broken other girls' hearts and it's the most heartbreaking thing. And I sort of opened up with this story of how this happened to me. And I think I don't remember if I cried. Maybe I shed a tear or two or something like that. And then I told this story, but it didn't make me unattractive. Why? Because I conveyed very strong emotions. I showed a depth to my character, but at the same time, by showing depth, I also showed pre-selection, that other women like me, for example. And I showed a sort of caring for women that probably most men don't have. And it's all shown within this high value scenario as someone who has experience with being with women. So can you see how this vulnerable story actually can help you? And this sort of depth of character that probably no other people will teach you. And it's actually very hard to teach because it depends on you. It depends on who you are as a person and what you want to convey as an individual. But showing that you care in some way, shape, or form actually can do wonders. Depth of character is very important. And vulnerability is sort of the cherry on top. After she sees you as this very attractive guy and you want to sort of lock her in or you want to make her fall for you, then vulnerability is sort of the secret ingredient that will sort of open the floodgates of love and you will be at a whole other level. Another attractive trait that makes you very attractive is the ability to be the protector in some sense. And David Deida calls it the ability to kill. Woman wants a man who can kill, metaphorically speaking, but maybe even literally speaking. Let's say if a burglar comes into the house, she wants to know that you will fucking, whatever you're going to do, you're going to protect her from that burglar or that serial killer or whoever it is, right? She needs to sense from you that you will protect her, that you are the protector. Now, this can be conveyed in so many ways, but if you're someone who's just very confident, all of these sort of qualities of self-confidence that I talked about, then she will sense indirectly that you'll be willing to protect her no matter what. Now, of course, in a scenario, if you're in a club and you just want to get with that girl, she's probably not thinking all of that in her head, but as long as you could convey the abilities of a protector of loved ones, then this is what will be attractive. So self-assertiveness, so everything that I talked about, self-assertiveness, even leadership abilities will make you more attractive in that way. Another trait that women love is a man who is courageous, who has courage, who is fearless. Yes, of course, everyone is afraid, but in some sense, it doesn't mean that, let's say when I talked to my girlfriend in the metro, when I first met her in the metro, I was afraid, but she doesn't care really about the fear. She cares more that you were courageous to act. Another trait that women find very attractive is leadership, your ability to be a leader and to take decisions. Now, women find this very attractive. Let's say you're on a date and you take her hand, you're like, let's go here, let's go there. Oh, I know the best place in town for croissants. Let's go at this place. Oh, I want to show you my guitar. Let me show you the place. Let me show you my place. This just shows that you can decide for her, you can take the lead for her so she can be comfortable in her feminine essence, let herself go and sort of be in the moment so she doesn't have to make the decision, she doesn't have to be the man. You are the man and you can take the decisions for her. Another thing that's very attractive to women is a good sense of humor. Now, you don't have to be a stand-up comedian and all of this stuff, and there is a way actually to make yourself seem even less attractive by being humorous if, let's say, you're self-deprecating or in a way that, brings your value down and you sort of portray yourself as this stupid person or whatever it is. But humor in general, being humorous, whatever your sense of humor is, it doesn't have to be a very smart, witty humor. It can be very goofy, stupid humor, like my sense of humor. Like I do a lot of racist fart jokes or whatever poop jokes with my girlfriend. She absolutely loves it. And depends on the girl, but you don't have to be super funny. You just have to have your own sense of humor, know what it is, and not be afraid to sort of convey it to the girl. The next trait that's very attractive to women is a man who has very strong personal values. Now, what do I mean by values? All the big one-letter words, for example, freedom, success, courage, health, whatever that is, you have those values in your life. love, companionship. If you can convey to the girl that you have very strong values about what you want in your life or what you expect in general, then that's very attractive. Another thing that's very attractive to women is a man who doesn't give a shit about what other people think. Now, this is incredibly attractive in a way because it shows that you are strong enough mentally to withstand social pressure. Center, you're dead set on your goals or what you do as a man or whatever it is. And because you don't care, it shows that she can be confident that you won't be swayed by the opinions of others. She can, basically attraction is you are the oak tree. You are unswayed by the wind. And she needs to trust that you are this tree that will not move, that knows who he is, that is growing towards his purpose, and this is what she needs to know. If you care about the opinions of others, then this shows that you're unable to stand for yourself in a way. The next trait that women find really attractive is a man who's on his path. A man who will not apologize for what he wants and who will not apologize for, being himself and following his true purpose in life. The next thing that most women find attractive is being intelligent and articulate. Now, be careful here. Having intellectual conversations with a girl will not, make her wet her pants. Well, it might for some, who knows? But if she sees that you're very intelligent, that's very attractive because maybe in the future, you'll be more successful, or maybe, you'll be able to provide more environmentally. But it's also something that women absolutely love. You don't have to show that you're smart, but just like tidbits here and there so that she kind of gets a glimpse of your intelligence is very attractive, on a date. You're not going to spew all those algorithms that you learn in calculus, okay? That's just stupid. But just showing that you have a more complex view of the world, you have your own sense of, your own worldview or how you view things, that is very attractive.